You explain yourself in every argument. You replay conversations at 2 in the morning wondering what you said wrong. And somehow the people who barely explain anything are the ones everyone listens to. That is not because they are smarter than you. It is because they have quietly built what psychologists sometimes describe as Machiavellian intelligence, the ability to read a room without ever showing what is happening inside their own head. You were trained since childhood to narrate your feelings, defend your choices, and prove your good intentions. And every time you do that, you hand someone a piece of information they did not earn. This is not about becoming cold or dishonest. It is about realizing that the moment you stop broadcasting, people start paying attention to you differently, and most of them cannot tell you why. What's up, guys? If you have ever felt like the decent one in the room who somehow keeps losing ground, stick around. Because today we are breaking down 9 underground laws of psychological power, and none of them are what you think they are. Here is where most people get it wrong from the start. They think power is something you perform, a tone of voice, a posture, a confident walk into a meeting. But the people who actually hold quiet power in a room are running an internal operation first, and nobody sees it happen. Think about a professional poker player for a second. The best ones are not the ones with the best cards. They are the ones whose face gives away nothing when the cards are terrible. Their opponents are watching for a flicker, a hesitation, a tell, and the good players have trained that flicker out of existence. That is the first skill of dark intelligence, and it has nothing to do with the outside world yet. It is entirely internal. It is the decision to stop reacting to every provocation as if it deserves your full nervous system. Chris Voss, the former lead hostage negotiator for the FBI, built an entire career on a version of this. In his negotiation work, he noticed that the person who stays calm and slows the conversation down almost always ends up controlling where it goes. Not because they are more powerful, but because panic is contagious. And so is stillness. Voss would let silence sit in a room for what felt like an unbearable amount of time, and the other side would start talking just to fill it. That silence was not empty. It was working. But here's the part nobody talks about. Internal control by itself does not make you powerful. It just makes you calm. The second layer is behavioral. And this is where dark intelligence stops being a mindset and starts being a set of skills you can actually practice. The biggest one is discretion, and it is brutal in its simplicity. Stop announcing your plans before they are finished. Not because secrecy feels good, but because every plan you say out loud gives someone else time to react to it before you have even started. Picture 2 coworkers going for the same promotion. One of them tells everyone in the office exactly what project they are pitching next quarter. The other one says nothing and just quietly builds it. By the time the second one presents, there is no time left for anyone to compete with the idea, copy it, or talk the boss out of it. The first coworker did not lose because their idea was worse. They lost because they gave the room 6 months to prepare a defense against them. Niccolo Machiavelli, writing in The Prince nearly 500 years ago, put it this way: it is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both. Most people hear that line and think it is about intimidation. It is not, at least not in this context. Read it again as a statement about predictability instead of fear. A person who is loved, but fully predictable, can be managed, soothed, and eventually taken for granted. A person who commands a small amount of respectful uncertainty, who is not fully mapped by the people around them, keeps a kind of leverage that pure likability never earns. You do not need to be feared. You need to stop being fully readable. And this is where it gets uncomfortable, because discretion only works if you also control the frame of a conversation. And most people give that away without noticing. Frame control sounds abstract until you see it in a normal setting. Imagine your manager corners you in the hallway, visibly annoyed, and fires off 3 rapid questions about a missed deadline. Most people's instinct is to match that energy, to speed up, to over-explain, to apologize 3 times in one breath. The moment you do that, you have accepted their emotional tempo as the rule of the interaction, and you are now playing defense inside a frame someone else built. The alternative is almost uncomfortably simple. You slow your voice down. You pause half a second longer than feels natural before answering. You give one calm, complete sentence instead of 5 nervous ones. Researcher Robert Cialdini, who spent decades at Arizona State University studying influence and persuasion, documented how strongly people mirror the emotional state of whoever is speaking to them. Calm is one of the few emotional signals that pulls people toward it, instead of the other way around. When you refuse to match panic with panic, you are not being difficult. You are quietly resetting who is actually running the conversation. Most people stop here. Don't. Because internal calm and behavioral discretion only get you so far if you are still emotionally available to absolutely everyone, all the time, with no cost attached. This is where dark intelligence moves into social dynamics, and it is the layer most people never even think to question. Access is not neutral. Every time you respond instantly, explain yourself to someone who has not earned it, or drop everything the second someone seems upset with you, you are teaching that person you are unlimited, and unlimited things get treated like they are free. Think of the friend who is always available for a 3-hour phone call at any hour no matter what. Over time, people stop scheduling around that friend's needs. Because why would they? Nothing ever changes if they don't. The friend who occasionally says I can talk tomorrow is not being cruel. They are teaching people that their time has a price. And prices get respected in a way that unlimited free access never does. Sun Tzu wrote in a completely different context centuries earlier, know yourself and know your enemy, and you will never be defeated. Most people apply that line to conflict or competition. Apply it instead to relationships and self-worth. The people who drain you the fastest are rarely your enemies in any dramatic sense. They are simply people who understand your patterns better than you understand your own. Your need for approval, your discomfort with silence, your instinct to overgive when someone seems disappointed in you, knowing yourself first before you try to read anyone else, is what keeps those patterns from being used against you without your permission. Here is the part that ties all 3 layers together, and it is the part almost nobody explains clearly. Internal calm buys you time. Behavioral discretion buys you leverage. But social boundaries are what actually buy you a reputation, and reputation is the only form of power that keeps working when you are not even in the room. A person known for staying composed under pressure gets handed responsibility before they ever ask for it. A person known for saying what they mean without 3 follow-up explanations gets trusted with information others would not share. None of that requires charisma. It requires consistency, repeated so many times that people stop testing you, because testing you has stopped being worth their energy. So here is why this actually matters right now, not someday, not after you read a book about it. Every single interaction you have this week is either teaching people to underestimate your composure or to respect it. There is no neutral setting. If you explain too fast, apologize too often, or fill every silence out of discomfort, you are training the people around you in real time, whether you meant to or not. The good news is that the reverse is just as fast to build. One calm pause in a tense meeting. One plan you keep to yourself until it is finished. One boundary you hold without a 3-paragraph justification. These are small, almost boring moves, and that is exactly why they work. Power that announces itself gets tested. Power that just quietly holds its shape gets believed. If this shifted something for you, even slightly, That discomfort you are feeling right now is not a warning sign. It is usually the first sign that an old habit is loosening its grip. Let it sit for a minute before you decide what to do with it. That's the breakdown for today. If you want more deep dives into the psychology behind power, influence, and the people who quietly run every room they walk into, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Drop a like if any of this hit closer to home than you expected, and let me know in the comments which of these 9 laws you are already using without realizing it. This has been Vertex Vision. I'll see you in the next one.